Now
you
I
hear
can
me?
hear you. Gosh.
Oh my god. Did you save it?
So you were told
Did you save it though?
it didn't come with the option to save. It just went black.
Oh. All right.
It's okay. It's okay. Um, so you were talking about the fact that your staff and your colleagues motivate you, and then you cut off.
Oh, okay. So that's one of the things that motivates me to every day. The other thing is just to live in every moment, every day. I'm excited for what's in store for me each day. It took me years to figure that out. When I was younger, I wanted more. I always wanted to see into the future, and unfortunately, you can't do that. And
Yeah.
you'll lose a lot of time in life worrying. If you don't try to live in the moment a little more. I'm not perfect at it, but that's what I try to live by.
That's great. You're totally right. If you had one thing to say to your younger self, what would it be?
Oh God, it's gonna be okay. This isn't it. Life beyond this is gonna be amazing.
Yeah.
You're gonna become much more attractive.
Oh, that's something we all go through, though. I agree.
No, we all do. I just wish I would have known, and I lived in a small town. I wish I would have known there was a bigger world out there. Because if I knew this is what my life was going to become, I wouldn't have, it wouldn't have been so hard growing up. But also, if we don't go through that, we don't.
Yes. That's right. That's great. If you could choose someone to be your friend that is not your friend at the moment, who would you choose and why?
Oh my gosh, that's so hard. Do you know who? I've always wanted to, big chop Oprah's hair and make her go actually natural. So I think I would pick Oprah, and we would shave her head and start over. Oprah, if you're listening.
I'm not sure she'll be happy to do that. Are you a sunrise, daylight, twilight, or night person, and why?
That's so funny. We just talked about this today.
Yeah. Yes, we did.
I used to be a night person, and then I became a morning person. So now I'm a night and a morning person, which is really bad because that means I don't sleep as much as I should.
How many hours do you sleep?
Probably about 5 or 6 hours a night.
Whoa. I sleep like 9 hours.
But sometimes I'll get 7 in on a good night. But I don't know. I just wake up early. And I think it has a lot to do with where I'm at in my life. And I'm excited. I'm excited to get up every day. And I used to, back in the day, I used to stay up late, sleep all day, and I missed a lot of life. So I don't want to miss anything. So I stay up late because of all of you on Instagram, and I get up early because of everyone who's in my chair at the salon.
Are you spring, summer, fall, or winter? Please share why.
I love all the seasons. I like summer if I'm lounging by a pool or chilling, but I don't like to be hot. So I really prefer winter, I think. Yeah. But I love going to the pool and the beach and that sort of thing. But as far as the comfort level, I would much rather be cold. I don't know if any of the people who work here at the salon are still here, but I keep the salon so cold and it drives them crazy. But I get really hot and I have migraines, so if I get too warm, then that can trigger migraines. So I like to keep myself cold, like an ice cube.
Wow. Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. I'm more of a summer person, but that's okay. What makes you happy when you are?
Cheyenne said the salon is sub-zero.
Sub-zero. wear jackets, I suppose. What makes you what makes you happy when you are unhappy or in a bad mood?
The one place that I can always come to, and it's a constant, is the salon. Whenever I walk in that front door, like, this is part of my life that is in control. So this is the place that makes me the happiest when I'm in a bad mood, because I can come here, I can get the work done, I get to help people, and that's what makes it amazing. You're frozen, and I hope I don't lose you. Oh, I can still hear you good.
Yeah, that's okay. Tell me 3 things that you love about yourself.
Ooh. I like that I'm like a survivor, that I'm resilient. I didn't get to having the salon and working with these amazing people without trying again and again and again. A lot of times on Instagram, it looks like this stuff happens overnight, and it's really like, you have to like go, and it's hard, and sometimes you want to give up, but I have to keep going. So that's one thing. I think I'm really resilient.
Yep.
That's hard to answer what you like about yourself.
I know.
3 things. I like my hair, which
your hair is nice.
Shave off, but we'll talk about that in a later thing. I think that I'm honest. I like that I'm honest. Telling people the truth will really set you free. I know that sounds cheesy, but it's something I've learned. I've found a lot of power in being honest.
Yeah, I appreciate that about you as well. So why are you shaving your head?
Why is what?
Why are you shaving your head?
Oh, I eventually am going to cut all my hair off because it's becoming pretty thin on top, and I'm not going to be one of those people who's bald on top with hair around the sides. So eventually I will probably cut my hair off. But we'll probably do like a charity thing surrounding it. But don't worry, guys, I'm not doing it like next week. But I love my hair, but sometimes I get tired of it being all about my hair. I used to wear my hair really short, and it was just kind of nice to just like be in the shower for 30 seconds and then go. You know, my whole life
I can relate to that.
My whole life is about hair, so sometimes you don't want to have any.
There's one more question that is personal. Tell me one thing that you love about the world.
I love how diverse the world is. I love how kind people are in the world. I think so often with the news, and it's like the world is bad, but I am a believer that most of the world is full of really amazing people, and I get to meet them on here, and I mean, I met you on here. So I don't think the world really is that bad, and I think if we could change the way we talk about ourselves as a whole, as like one big human family, I think we could start to change some of the bad in the world. But I think we call ourselves bad too often. So I like the world because I think it's a good place. I think it's full of good people.
Yeah, that's true. That's really nice. Now, the next questions are curly hair questions. Should we go to your page?
Those are a lot easier. Yeah, you want to switch over to my page?
Yeah. Okay, guys, so we're going over to Evan's page now. Okay.
All the way from Australia. She's been interviewing me. So I'm just going to wait for everyone to join here. And we're going to have a really awesome interview. I'm here at the salon, as you can see. And I'm just going to wait for Lindsay to get here. And we will get started. She's going to ask me some questions about curly hair. Hey guys, oh my gosh, so many people are joining. Welcome. Wow, I love this. Okay, so we'll just wait for Lindsay to get here. So for you, all of you that are just logging in, Curly Lens from naturallycurly.com. She just got here. Hang on just a second. TikTok. So while we're waiting for her to join, oh, there she is. Hi.
Hi.
Okay, so this is Lindsay. She is from she's a writer for naturallycurly.com.
Yeah.
And we are doing an article that should come out. Lens, is it coming out
This week?
This week?
It's coming.
Okay, this coming
probably.
week. It's Monday there. It's Sunday here, but yeah.
Yes. I'm in Australia.
So we thought it would be cool if we did a little live interview with you guys. So we just did some personal stuff over on Lindsay's channel. So when this is done, not now, you can go watch that one because I think she saved it. Did you save it?
Yes.
Okay.
I did. Yes, I did.
Part of it cut out, but most of it is over there. So I'm just going to let Lindsay get to it. And if you guys aren't, before she does, if you guys aren't following her, go follow her. There aren't a lot of
people should follow you, not me.
There are not a lot of non-hairdressers in the world that are doing what Liz is doing. She's honest, and she's really does it from her heart. She's not working for any companies or trying to sell you guys any crap. So
no, I'm not. No.
I just wanted to say that.
I don't think I'm going to do that, but anyway.
She's like, this is not about me. This is about you.
Exactly, this is about you. Thank you for this chance to do this. It's really nice. So the questions I have, for you guys to know, we have a group here in Australia, a Facebook group, a mentoring group called Curly Girls Australia that is exclusive about the Curly Girl method. And so I asked the ladies, we're getting to 7,500 women at the moment. So I asked them, do you have any questions, because I don't have any questions about my hair at this point. So what questions do you guys have, So I'm going to get to it. What are your tips for dealing with halo frizz?
Halo frizz. So this is something we talk about a lot in the salon. It's something a lot of people ask me. The first thing I want to say about halo frizz is your hair is a fiber, and it moves and it raises up from your head. So
yeah,
I just washed my hair, but I think I have halo frizz too. But anyways, everyone has.
We all do.
Everyone has a halo of frizz over their head. There's a difference in having dry, dry, damaged, frizzy hair and having a natural halo over your head. You want zero frizz, you will drive yourself crazy. You don't live in a magazine where they airbrush all of the halo away. That being said,
that's right.
If you want to tame it down a bit, I'm going to give you two options here. So if you want to tame it down a bit, the best thing is just take a little 3-ounce travel size bottle of the ones you pick up at the drugstore that you can fill with whatever you want, a spray bottle. And put a little water and your favorite silicone-free conditioner in there, and then just spritz that over the top and glaze it down. Now, that will make it lay down. But here's the thing. What causes this is we have different textures of hair in our head. So some of those textures lay down more easily, and some of those textures raise up. So people always try to push the ones down that raise up. That's like trying to push a spring back together. Okay? Mm-hmm. Try to go in at your roots and lift up the hairs that are laying down to meet the hairs that are sticking up rather than trying to glue your hair to your head. And you'll have a lot more success that way. Because all the condition in the world, they'll still pop back up.
Yeah, that's very good. Do you have any tips that we haven't addressed in the article for volume that doesn't involve diffusing curly hair?
Yes. I am a big proponent of clipping. And actually, I'll show you guys. I'll go grab some clips. Give me 1 second.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, so if you look at a lot of hairstylists online, they are putting so many clips, like down here, all around here, like these starburst things. That's great. It works in the salon, but at home, that's kind of like, especially if you're not really comfortable at doing your own hair, that's a lot to do. So this is a 2-prong clip, and all you need to do is just in the top here. And the one thing that people do wrong is they open this all the way up like this and stick it in. That's going to create a dent in your hair. You want, I hope you guys can see this, you want to just open that up just a little bit, and then you're just going to stick them in like you would a bobby pin, right along your hair here. Now, a really cool trick that you can do if you want extra volume is you'll stick this one in here, okay, get that sitting in there, and then grab both of them, and then connect those 2 clips, if I can find them. This is hard to do on here. Hang on. It's much easier in mirror, but okay. So you're going to put one in, and then you're going to come in here, make sure they're lined up, put another in, and then you're going to connect those 2. There we go. And make an X, see there?
Ah, yep.
And that will create incredible volume if you let that.
That is a lot more than I'm used to seeing. Yeah, it lifts like quite high.
Lorraine showed me a technique, which I don't have any rubber bands right now, when she was here the other day. And then she even took this further, and she put those little tiny, those little rubber bands for like braiding and stuff. She put one of those on either side, and it makes it stand up on finer hair. Because sometimes on finer hair, when you do that, they'll fall over. So that will keep them from falling over. So that's probably my best tip for that. And then I gave a tip about leaving conditioner in, which you guys can read about in the article.
Yes. So this is a very good one and something that I can relate to. So here in Australia, we don't have people like you.
Right.
We don't have many people like you. I can count in my fingers how many stylists, curly hair stylists are here. So here in Sydney, there's only one.
Right. God bless you, Neil. We love you. It's Neil, right? No, he's in Melbourne.
No, Neil is in Melbourne. Yeah, my one is Project One. Yeah, I will introduce you one day. But anyway,
Okay.
So, what's the question? In a city where there are no curly hair stylists, what would you recommend asking from a regular stylist? What are helpful things to say to a mainstream hairdresser who doesn't know about curl by curl and the curly girl method?
So people ask me this a lot, and I think if you're in an area where you don't have someone, that doesn't mean that you can't have someone. What I always tell people to do, and I have one, is take this to your hairdresser. Take Curly Girl the Handbook to your hairdresser. There's a section in here on how we cut. It's very simplistic, but that's good because the person will be able to understand it. I think where people go wrong is they walk into one of the big day spas or like these big salons, and there's a lot of ego going on there, and they ask someone who's not open to it to try this. But find a really nice, talented hairdresser that is friendly, message them beforehand, and ask them if they would be willing to try this before you get there. I think the problem is you guys get there without much knowledge or without communicating with them much, and then their ego just kicks in, or they're not the right person for you. But I can guarantee you that in every city in the world, there is someone nice enough to look at this book for 30 minutes and try to cut your hair, and it's not going to say. I believe that. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but I believe that you just have to do a little more research, call ahead, message them on Instagram, and try to get them really excited about it. Because if they do listen to you and they try it, you're really going to change their life as a hairdresser.
It would be great if everyone was like that. Unfortunately, they just say, "Oh, are you telling me how to do my job?"
Well, that's good. You're in the wrong person's chair. Yeah, and I get that. There are a lot of hairdressers out there that are awful. But that's why I say reach out beforehand, because I think if you do your due diligence, you can find someone who will read that book and at least give it a try.
Yeah,
that might be me just believing in positivity, but.
Do you have any tips for preventing knots at the roots?
So I would need, and that's the thing about some of these questions is you guys, and Lindsay was talking about this the other day on her story. You guys ask us big questions that require a lot more information, and we try to be very patient and helpful. But to answer a question like that, I need to know what products are being used. I at least need to see some pictures or something. Do you get tangles at your roots, Lindsay? Like
no.
Months? No. Okay. So
no.
I would say it's either an issue of you're using low quality products in your hair, or like you have some heat damage on your ends. Those are the things that tend to cause these issues. Because my clients who don't have those issues, who don't aren't facing those problems. But just make sure you're conditioning really well. Make sure you're conditioning every 2 to 3 days. Some people go way too long between conditioning. So if whoever asked that question, if you're here, if you want to send me some pictures of your hair or more information, I'd be happy to help you further.
I'll let her know.
Oh, yeah. It's midnight.
Yeah, I actually know who it is. Yes. What is the difference between... this is a good one. What is the difference between cheap and expensive hair products? And can you get away with using budget-friendly products when you have good techniques in place? So,
the difference between cheap and expensive products when we're in the right realm, because there are expensive products out there that are made just like the cheap products. But let me compare. Okay, so there are a few really popular drugstore brands. There's 2 of them to be exact. One begins with an S and the other one begins with a C. Not to start any wars here. Those products are very cheaply made. They have lots of butters in them. These companies are getting really good. They know that you guys are looking for silicone, so they're getting good at either finding natural alternatives or just putting tons of butter and oil to seal your hair down. So that's what I find with these drugstore products. And then as far as, the nicer stuff like that we carry at our salon, the main thing is these have better ingredients and they're more water soluble. But I think there's a misconception about salon quality products or the products that we choose for our salons, that we only choose these products because they're expensive. And that's not why we choose them. We choose them because they work, and because that's how much products cost that work. So as far as the budget-friendly thing, yes, you can 100% have hair that you love on a budget. But it takes a lot of work, and you're going to have to find a really obscure product that's not really on the radar. But when you're doing that, just remember, keep it simple. I know everyone can't afford, salon products. I wish they could. And if companies made cheaper alternatives, they would be on our shelves. That's why I always tell people, all of this stuff, it's on my radar. I use the same Instagram that you guys use. And I try a lot of this stuff, and a lot of this stuff is sent to me. And unfortunately, the stuff at the lower price point, it just doesn't work.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good answer. What are your tips for tailoring routine for summer and winter?
I don't believe that you need to change your routine for summer and winter. I think if something's working for you, then you should be fine. Things you can add to your routine in the summer is like, I really like Rio Gio Rosarco milk. It's a leave-in conditioner, that sort of thing. Things that you can throw in the pool bag or the beach bag, and really nourish your hair while you're in the water. But as far as your styling goes, I think if you have it down, you don't need to change it that much. But when you're at the beach and the pool, take some conditioner with you, and nourish your hair throughout the day, and you will find that the sun and salt and water and chlorine won't get to it as much. But as far as overhauling your whole routine, I think a lot of that stuff is born out of marketing. It's summertime. We need to sell all this leave-in conditioner that we've had sitting in the back room for the past, 3 or 4 months. So let's start talking about summer hair, So my main thing is in the summer, add more conditioner to your hair. I don't think winter really dries people's hair out as much as they think it does if they're using quality product. So that's my not a popular one, but that's my answer.
Well, you're honest, so that's what matters. Okay, so do you have any tips for shine and hydration for hair that is very porous?
Shine on curly hair is a hard thing because not all curly hair is shiny. Not all hair is shiny. There's not as much. You're shiny though.
I'm shiny.
Yeah, curly hair doesn't have as much as, especially like the more they turn. There's not as much of a surface area to reflect light. The one thing that you should not do is oil your hair down, because that's a synthetic shine. And it's going to block water out of your hair, and then your hair will actually dry out and become less shiny. One thing that I've discovered, because I've tried a lot of shine products over the years, is the AG Natural Boost foam. It leaves a lot of shine. Have you gotten that yet, Lindsay?
It's arriving in early June.
You'll be surprised. It leaves a lot of shine on the hair.
Yeah.
So if you're lacking shine, one, you need to check out what you're using on your hair. Where's the health of your hair at? Because that can be a big part of it. Are you still blowing your hair out? Are you still straightening your hair? Are you still using bubbles on it? If you haven't been doing that for years and you're still not as shiny as you want, it's just your hair. But my recommendation would be to try that boost, or it's called Cloud.
A cloud.
Yeah, the Cloud Styler from AG Hair does give a lot of shine, and I'm not trying to sell product here. It's just
no, of course.
That's the first time that I've used something and really been like, oh wow, the shine is on point, especially on those tighter curls. But guys, don't compare yourself to glossy magazines all the time. That's Photoshop exists. It's not what hair looks like. That's why the physical page is actually glossy. It's the paper.
Oh, yeah. Do you have any tips for styling kids' curly hair?
Yes, keep it simple. Get regular trims about every 6 months. But I always just leave conditioner in kids' hair. Don't make kids dry their hair. They're fine. Let it dry. When it comes to kids, be careful what you're talking about in front of them. I don't like it when people talk about their kids need volume or more definition or they're children. And honestly, I love kids running around looking like, a big fluffy dandelion, because it's cute as hell, and it's real.
I agree.
So when it comes to kids, let's not talk about volume, definition. Let's get their hair healthy. So we can just leave a little conditioner in, squeeze it out, and they're good.
Yeah, that's very good. What do you, as a stylist, like to hear from a client? What helps you to create a good haircut?
So we have a very thorough consultation that we go through with each client. So they don't really even need to come armed with an arsenal of information, because we'll get that information out of you. So we always ask our clients a few things. We always ask them, how do you like your hair? And they'll look at me and I'm like, okay, so how do you feel about your hair? So that's the first thing. So just be really honest about us, about how you're feeling about your hair right there when you're sitting down in front of us. The next thing we always ask our clients is, what do you want to change about your hair? So that's the opportunity for them to tell us, I want to frame my face more. It feels flat on top. Then we go over products with them. Then sometimes if we're still not getting anywhere, there's always a time, hopefully, in your life that you loved your hair. So if you can share that with your stylist, that can really give them some insight into a time when you did like your hair, and then they could start to make recommendations and decisions for you. I don't know why I just started reading the comments. I haven't done that the whole time.
I actually can't see them. They're frozen for me.
Oh, don't touch anything. But yeah, so when you go in, just be really honest. Present your true hair. Don't wear ponytails, buns. We talk about that in the article. We want to see your hair. But the main thing is just be really honest and make sure you're seeing someone who really listens to you, because that's what we do here at the salon. We probably spend, I don't want to put a number on this because then if we spend less, people will get upset with us. But we probably spend 10 to 15 minutes just listening before we ever put our hands on a client.
That's very good.
Yeah. So if your stylist is rushing into your service, it's okay to say, slow down.
Yeah.
I'd like to talk about this. And here's the thing. If you are at a hair salon and you feel uncomfortable, do not proceed. And here's what I tell people. I know maybe you don't want to take money out of their pocket. Tell them, I'm not comfortable with this. I'd like to pay you, some amount of money, and I'd like to leave. And I think if more curly girls would do that, I think they wouldn't run into a lot of these crazy situations and haircuts that they end up getting.
Yeah, that's very good. Thank you for that. Often there is a lot of confusion with fine hair and amounts of products. What are your tips for those with fine hair that are struggling with the correct amounts?
Okay. So if you're using water-soluble product, your hair can only hold so much. That's why we put the product in soaking wet. And then when we squeeze, the water leaves and the product goes in. And then that's all your hair can have. But avoid things that are heavy, sticky, oily, greasy, shea buttery, coconut oily. And look for things that easily dissolve in water. Really, one of the best things for people with fine hair is to leave conditioner in. But a lot of people are scared to do it because they've used traditional conditioners over the years that have silicone in them, and they think it's going to weigh their hair down. But actually, a good water-soluble conditioner will add so much body and structure to your fine hair. It can be quite amazing. Another thing is don't be afraid to wear it a little fluffy. If you have really fine hair, I have fine hair, guys. My hair is not going to look like Lindsay's hair. It's not. I laughed. So this morning, I cleansed it. I put in, the other thing is like the products that have a lot of glycerin in them. If, for example, like Believe In from Diva Curl. But what I actually used this morning is what I was getting to, is I used Lorraine's new Leave-In Lover in my hair this morning with a little bit of the cloud. So fill your hair up with conditioner, fill your hair up. Glycerin is actually a really good thing for fine hair because it has a lot of slip and it'll give a lot of body. And then layer either a foam or a gel on top of that.
Yeah.
Makes sense?
Yes. There is a girl here in the comments section that asked, and I'm going to ask because I have coarse hair. So what about coarse hair?
Coarse hair?
Yeah.
You need to just make sure you're using a good conditioner. Guys, hair is hair. You just have more per square inch on your head. So as long as you're not using shampoo, you're using a great conditioner, you will feel your hair start to soften, as Lindsay has. Lindsay, your hair's not coarse anymore, is it?
Yes, it is.
Yeah? Maybe on the nape of your neck?
No, seriously, I'm talking about single strand. It's actually coarse.
Oh, yeah, yeah. So it's just about lots of conditioner, and that is when conditioning treatments
Yeah.
can come into play.
Yes.
So many
Yes.
people use to, like, people get so obsessed with conditioning treatments, but that's what conditioning treatments are for. It's to soften your hair. It's like using
Yeah.
fabric softener, which
Yes.
that doesn't mean that's what the conditioning treatment is. Some of them are, but so you can use conditioning treatments once a week. I leave conditioning treatments in, but
Do you?
yeah, people freak out about that.
No. Yeah, I did that today though. I left some happening hair in my hair, and it's amazing.
So if you're really coarse, skip all the like little bottles of gel and stuff, and get yourself a big old tub of deep conditioner, and use that as your styler, because then you'll be constantly softening your hair, and it won't be such an issue.
Yeah. Yeah, that's very good. I agree with you.
Wait, hang on.
Okay.
Wait.
Yeah.
Oh, we don't have one. Never mind. I was going to show you this big tub of... Never mind, go ahead.
Okay.
Oh, no, are you frozen?
Wavy
No, you're not.
wavy hair is not often spoken about. What's your recommendation for washing and styling routine? For example, leave-in conditioner versus washing it all out, so it doesn't get weighted down. What's the best way to dry and etc.?
Okay, so still zero lather cleanser on wavy hair. That's been confused over the years with some of the lathering products. They're natural, but they still make wavy hair more brittle. So you want to cleanse with the same thing that anyone else would cleanse with, a nice zero lather cleanser and a nice lightweight conditioner, which you should be using on all hair textures anyways. You should never feel these things in your hair. Now, as far as styling goes with wavy hair, though, rinse your conditioner out, and then it's kind of the same as fine hair. Go for those products that are super slippery with lots of glycerin in them, that feel, how would I describe that? I'll just show you. Hang on.
Yeah.
Hang on, sorry. I'm looking for something.
That's all right.
You guys bought all of our products over the week. Hang on. Look at our orders that on Tuesday. Okay. So, I'm not going to show you guys the product because I don't want you guys to get hung up on that. I'm just going to show you what you want it to look like. Okay. You guys see this? Like these really slippery, like great gels. Like these are to prep on your hair. So that's the kind of stuff you want. So you want to work that through first. I don't have a towel.
Yeah.
You want to work that through first. Can you still hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay. So you want to work that through first and then use a really nice firm gel that's one that dries a little crispier and then that you can soften afterwards. Diffuse your hair for like 5 minutes and that will give you a lot more curl and volume in your hair.
Yeah, that's great. When the hair is quite short, how can you stop your leave-in conditioner from sitting on your scalp or going all over your face?
This was an interesting one for me. It depends on what you're wearing, and I've never had that problem before. So maybe try to use something that isn't so aggressive. It's attacking your face. I think that whoever asked that question must be talking about a specific product.
Yeah, who knows?
I don't use a lot of leave-in conditioner. I just leave conditioner. Now, one piece of advice I can give people with really tightly, like kinky, coily hair is when you are putting like conditioner or anything in, if you're doing it in sections, stay about an inch away from your scalp. You can't, your hair is so thick, you can't see that hair under there anyways. Because if you leave all that on your scalp, your hair will never dry. So try leaving it like an inch out from the scalp. I don't know how they're getting it all over their face, though.
Me neither. But anyway. This is the last one, and it's a long one, so just bear with me. So, I'm having a few issues with knots, almost like dreadlocks forming on the underneath area at the nape of my neck. This is happening on wash day and even with regular deep conditioning with heat. I cleanse and practice the hydration techniques every 3 days. I try to focus on the area where the dreadlocks are occurring and add an extra layer of hydration to the area with my head flipped forward. But as my hair dries, it still forms tangles and knots. I have been spraying my hair at the end of the day with water and conditioner to keep hydration, but still the knots persist. I'm becoming a little frustrated, and I think I'm doing damage with my finger detangling in this area because the hair is so knotted that it can tear. So this is only happening in that one area of my head. Do you have any tips? That would be greatly appreciated.
Okay. Is this someone from your group, Lindsay?
Yes.
Do you know what hair texture they have?
She has fine hair, and it's wavy.
Okay, so it's on the wavier side. Interesting. So I would take a strong look at what product.
It's like wavy to curly, slightly curly.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I would take a look at what products you're using. It is normal for us to get, some tangles on the nape of our neck because it rubs on our shirt all the time. Like I was feeling back here to see, yeah. I mean, once curly hair's dry, like you can't, like you're not supposed to put your hands through it. So if that's what's happening, that's pretty normal. If this person might be getting is their hair blonde? Like are they getting
it's
no color?
It's red.
Is it colored?
I think it's colored.
Okay.
Yes.
So this could be an issue of improper color too. Now, I can only speculate about these things, guys, and that's what I was talking about earlier. These are big questions that typically an in-salon visit. So we can only speculate about it, what it might be. But if you're coloring your hair at home, that could be causing it. If your colorist is pushing your hair too far, that could be causing it. It could be product. If you straighten your hair, that could be causing it. What happens a lot of times is if the ends are so dry and damaged and then the roots growing healthy, you have these two textures and then those ends kind of mold around each other. But I would be curious to know if it's like just knots or if it's a dreadlock, like if we're being a little dramatic about it. Are you there? No. I'm going to invite you back. Linz, come back. Can you guys still hear me? Lindsay's gone. Hang on. I might answer some questions here. Lindsay, I'm going to wait here and see what happens. Oh, you're right here. Okay, we're just waiting for Lindsay to come back. So yeah, guys, that's the thing. Okay, I sent you a request list.
My internet is just horrible.
What's the last thing you heard?
No, I was here. I was listening
good.
to you, but I dropped.
So it might be not a dreadlock because a dreadlock is really serious. Yeah. It might just be tangling. Also, if they wear any of those little fine chained necklaces, that can cause that problem too.
Yeah.
But the other thing is it sounds like you're obsessing over it a bit, and you might be messing with that area of your head too much. So that would be my advice without seeing her.
Yeah. Great. Well, these are all my questions.
Yeah. Do you have to work in the morning?
No,
Oh.
no, I'm home tomorrow.
I'm so worried that you have to go in the morning. Because it is now 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yes, it is.
So we really appreciate you doing this with us. And I know we're going to save
I
these.
appreciate you.
Oh,
Yes.
we're going to save these and put them both on our stories. I think we're going to put them together so that you guys can watch both of them. We won't be able to post that on Instagram, though. I'll post it on Facebook, guys.
I could, we can make a video and I can post it on YouTube as well.
Yeah, because I don't have a YouTube. Sorry, guys. I mean, I do, but
I do, but it's not very active, but it's there.
Okay, good. Do you have a minute? Do we want to maybe let a couple people ask questions in the comments below?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Oh, God, it's going fast, though. I don't know that language, do you? I don't know if
your work is wonderful, even somebody saying Portuguese. It's my dream to have you cut my hair one day.
Oh, that's not a question. I will cut your hair. Sorry, I didn't want to be rude. What was the lightweight gel you showed, and what are some good products for kinky curly hair without glycerin? The lightweight product I didn't show you on purpose, and but it is a product with lots of glycerin in it, really slippery and emollient. Products without glycerin for kinky curly hair, you're going to have a hard time finding products without glycerin in them because they're in almost everything that we put on our skin and hair. We talk about this about another issue in the article, but guys, sometimes you guys think you have issues that you don't have, and it's just that you use the wrong product. So don't get hung up on these things like glycerin. Glycerin is on everything, and it's a great product, and I think that people get misinformed about these things. So unless you have an allergy that a doctor has told you about, don't get hung up on these I'm glycerin sensitive or all this stuff. Like, try something else with glycerin and see how you like it, because you might be surprised. Okay, let's do it.
I saw a few questions.
Okay.
What's your favorite conditioner?
Oh, God. Probably for a broad range of people, NYC Curls, the curl conditioner. I really like that one.
Okay. Yeah.
One more?
Yeah.
Do you want to pick it or you want me?
You choose. You choose.
Okay, so Philip's mom, 94, said, I have problems with diffusing my hair. I get a lot of frizz. Any suggestions to help avoid the frizz? One, either don't diffuse your hair, or two, a lot of people, they move the hair around too much when they're diffusing it. So when you're diffusing your hair, you don't want to blow your hair around. Here's another trick. A lot of people diffuse their hair upside down like this. So since we're talking about this, I'll show you guys. So when you flip your head upside down, most of us don't get all the way over, okay? So you're making a big flat spot right here, okay? And you're making all this volume around your face, which is great if you're one of these girls who takes pictures like this. But don't you want the person behind you in line at the grocery to see some volume? I think that Sala, is it Salo? Is that how you say his name?
Saulo. Saulo.
Yeah, Salo. And Lorraine started this whole like sunflower campaign for like a day. So like, it's don't be a sunflower. Like, so what you want to do is when you're diffusing your hair, if you flip your hair to the side like this, and then you just want to set that in. See, my hair's dry and it's not blowing my hair out. So that's what you want. And then you can push natural volume up into your roots rather than drying your hair upside down. And it'll push a lot more volume up into your hair. So that's my tips about diffusing. Just don't blow your hair out. If your hair is blowing around, then you need to get a new dryer or a new diffuser or something. Also, unless you're trying to get big hair, don't be flipping your hair around like you're in Whitesnake. Like, just, like, please.
There is one here that I saw that I'm interested as well.
Okay.
What is your favorite cleanser for fine hair?
All the cleansers that I carry here in the salon are good for fine hair, but it's funny. So either No Poo or the NYC Curls cleanser. The Bria Geo co-wash can be a little too heavy for finer hair. I'm looking at my products right now. The Boost conditioner from Aging Natural is good too. That's the thing, guys. Everything that I carry at my salon and that I support, it really works on all hair textures. It's not heavy because I don't like heavy products.
Yeah. Great.
All right. Are we done?
Yes, we are. Thank you so much.
Oh my God, we need to do this all the time.
I know. We should do this again. I need to meet you in person one day.
Come to Columbus. Because everyone wants to fly all the way to America to come to Columbus, Ohio.
You should come to Australia one day.
I want to. I was going to try to come with Lori this next time, but I just couldn't make it work. But I will come. Because I really want to... I want to meet Neil from Neil Loves Curls, and I want to meet you.
Yeah, people here really appreciate you. They love you a lot.
Thank you. I appreciate you guys. And I love you guys because you guys are always up when I'm up. But you're more cheery because it's morning. Seriously, the people on the other side of the planet, I'm like at the end of my day, and I am like drained, and you guys just woke up, and you're full of good energy, and it is like medicine. Carly Lynn, you are my medicine at night.
No. Thank you. Thank you so much. And guys, watch out this week. There's an article coming out in Naturally Curly.
Yeah.
And it's really great and very informative.